Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Joshua with A Ways Away. Real quick, a couple of thank yous and shout outs, if you will, as they say. But I like to say thank you. So thanks to podcasts and podcast at Podcast Factor on Twitter for following me. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your children. Come take a listen. A couple more on SoundCloud. If I mispronounce your name, it's not intended. I just sometimes suck at pronouncing names. So we'll give it a shot, but a couple new ones on SoundCloud, and I do appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Hopefully you get some entertainment from what it is that you hear. But thanks to Ladruxq and Jameson Obi or Ob and Cove Entertainment. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. And hopefully I can give you a smile today. Here's a couple things I wanted to talk about. First one is in Lawton, Oklahoma, a young police officer, I guess in his early to mid-20s, was cleaning his weapon, accidentally goes off, goes through his bedroom window, across the street, and into his neighbor's home. So, of course, the neighbor, they hear a commotion. A bullet just came through their window. And he says it went through, 2 layers of curtains after going through his window. So it has to go through the police officer's home window, continue on to the neighbor's window across the street, and through 2 sets of curtains until it ends up on the tile floor. The victim, as I guess we should call him, the neighbor, the victim, whatever you want to call him, his wife goes outside to investigate, to look, what the hell's going on? I'm sure she's thinking, what was that? Where did it come from? Did we just get a drive-by shooting at my home in Lawton Police? Am I, are people trying to get me? What's the thought process? Where the hell did the bullet come from? So, obviously your neighbor's a police officer. He's got a squad car out front on the, in the front parked. So she sees the young police officer's wife's car apparently leaving their garage, pulling out. Lights come on, they're starting to leave, and so the victim, and again, I say victim because, they were victims. A bullet came through their window. So the victim's wife goes over to, address the police officer, hey, excuse me. And apparently he rolls down the window and he's like, oh, yeah, hey, whoops, I was cleaning my gun and it went off and I shot it, Yeah, I got a hole in my window. And so, of course, she's like, yeah, well, me too. It came through my window. And thank God no one's hurt. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Could have been a lot worse. But here's where it concerns me. A, you're a police officer. And I know that you have to go through at least 3 or 4 times per year where you have to go through weapons training. And you should be going to the range all by yourself on your time off just to be a better shot, to be able to be more efficient, effective with your weapon, your pistol. It's your service pistol. You carry it every single day on your hip when you're at work. You need to know that thing like yourself, or like your whatever. You just need to know it, okay? And if it goes off by mistake, you don't just get in your wife's car and try to drive away. Where were you going? I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to defend yourself and say, well, I was jumping in my wife's car because I was going to go and drive to find out where that bullet may have gone. Well, it's a pistol. We know it ain't going to go that far. If it went 100 yards, it'd be a surprise, right? So you don't need to be getting in your car. But you didn't think to, put the pistol down like, oh shit, bang, whoop, oh, damn. His first reaction is to, hurry up, money, quick, come on, let's go. What was he going to do if he hadn't have been stopped? Well, he was going to leave. And then, while I was gone, someone broke into my home and shot through my window and shot the neighbor's house by mistake. Well, why did you leave? Why were you leaving? What were you doing? Why did you leave? Why didn't you go outside and investigate? If your job is to, maintain peace and uphold the law, for God's sakes, man, walk across the street, go outside and, admit I made a mistake. Yeah, it's going to be embarrassing. I'm a police officer. My pistol went off. Of course that's embarrassing. Whoops. Go look. go out there. Go, hey, are you okay? Oh my God. What if you would have accidentally shot somebody who was, I don't know, let's just say at that time the neighbor was dancing with his wife in his living room and then pow. Thud. It could have been horrible for you and you were just going to leave in your car. Let's just pretend that the person accidentally did get shot. Thank God they did not, but we're just pretending for a moment and you left and didn't go investigate. Story could have been a lot worse. I mean, lucky for you, it isn't. But I'm assuming that would probably have been an involuntary manslaughter charge, I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe it would have been ruled an accident. I don't know what the laws are out there in Lawton, Oklahoma, but where were you going? Why didn't you go outside and make sure everybody's okay? And read the report. See what the news says about it locally there. Watch the sergeant, if you will, speak about it, where they state, oh, well, we haven't gotten both sides of the investigation yet. We haven't looked into it yet. Well, why not? What the hell are you waiting on? Why didn't you at that moment? Why wasn't there somebody there? He called 911. There wasn't an investigator that showed up. Hey, sorry, neighbor. Sorry that one of our police officers across the street from you accidentally fired through your window. What happened? How do you not already have the information? What, is it not that important to you? I mean, of course he's going to have to pay for the window and all that. And he's already said that he's going to. The young police officer is going to take care of that, and great. But, why were you leaving? And why are you taking so long and dragging your feet, Lawton Police Department, to, investigate this? Get on it. Get on it right away. Don't let one of your police officers accidentally shoot or fire their weapon while cleaning it, put it down, jump in the car, try to leave, be stopped by the victim's wife, and then when the news media comes to you the next day, not have the answers as to what's going on just quite yet. That doesn't look very professional. Sorry. That just does not look very professional. It's probably the one and only time there's been some sort of police officer involved shooting in that area. I would assume. I don't know where Lawton is, but I could look on a map, I guess. But anyway, moving on. There's a report that I read that, I don't know if you guys know about this, but deaths from liver disease is on the rise in young people. Meaning, from what this says, they're drinking a lot. They're drinking too much, too fast. And it's killing them quickly. Specifically, matter of fact, I'm just going to go to it because I've kind of forgotten what the title was, which is what made me laugh to want to talk about it. Deaths from liver disease are surging and drinking is to blame. Man, I didn't know that. You're kidding me. You mean drinking destroys the liver? I guess we do need to educate these young people who may not have known that. Apparently too little too late from the way that the article sounds. Yeah, I mean, it's just them. It's not the generation before mine or the generation before that. Now it's the young people. Their livers are being destroyed and they're dying more often, and liver damage and liver failure and death from it is on the rise. It's been going on a long time. We're just now starting to really, I guess, I don't know, maybe we're attacking that. Been attacking it for a long time. There was a time called the Prohibition where they, attacked it. How about do the same? Well, you already are. The opioid epidemic, attack the shit out of that. Of course their livers are failing. Of course the young people's livers are failing. Think of all the things that we've continued to be. I don't know. I don't want to get into a conspiracy theory. I probably should just leave that alone. But sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I'll say something and I got to kind of stop myself. But God, we've all seen it. We've all seen the shows. We've seen the Sicko. We've seen the, fat, dead, and nearly dying. We've seen these shows. We know. You guys are processing the hell out of our foods. We're getting unhealthier every generation. Just getting more and more sick. And that's the report. the liver disease, it's because of the alcohol. My assumption would be because of all the horrible things we put in processed foods and all the prescription meds that the younger generations have been on, that the alcohol is probably the beneficial thing. It's probably cleaning the liver out, if anything, but they'll point the finger at the alcohol. That's what it is. They've been drinking a lot. They didn't realize it when they went to college and started drinking, that after college for the next 10 years, their binge drinking was destroying their liver. Yeah, we don't teach that in our colleges. These are college-educated kids that got out and didn't, learn a fucking thing. We didn't know that. Hey, guys. Oh, by the way, whoops. We forgot to tell you, if you drink too much, it destroys your liver. Oh. Man, I should have looked it up on Google a long time ago. Yeah, I'm sure it's what it was. Yeah, I'm sure it's what it is. I'm not trying to make fun of. You know what? I've been told not to apologize for what I said, too. Some friends of mine were like, man, why are you always apologizing? You'll say something, and then you're like, sorry about that. Sorry that I offended you. So apparently I'm not supposed to do that anymore. So fuck it. I'm not going to. These kids are dying from liver disease because they're drinking too much, and nobody told them that if they drink for 10 years and binge drink every single day of their lives, that it destroys their liver. Hey, newsflash. Young generation. Educate yourself. Drinking can kill you if you drink too much. So do prescription drugs. So do cigarettes. So does cannabis, apparently. Don't smoke too much of that, because just one joint is 10 times more potent and has more cancer-causing this than cigarettes do, and blah, blah. So here's your vape. Suck some water into your lungs. Don't worry about pneumonia or drowning. Don't worry about them blowing up. Just, here you go. Here's a vape. Not good enough? Here's a brownie. Here, eat a brownie. I don't know if you knew this or not, but after Bruce Lee died, from some reports, they say that there was THC found in his blood because he used to ingest it. Whether it be tea or from brownie, I don't know. They tried to blame that. That was one of the conspiracy theories. Bruce Lee died because of that. Just in case you didn't know that also. Yeah, kids. Drinking can be bad. Oh, and just so that you know, don't drink and drive. Not supposed to do that also, just in case you did not know that. Don't get in a car after you've been drinking. Call an Uber or a Lyft. Or if the taxis are still in existence, call them. Sure, they're triple the price, but hey, at least you'll be home. Yeah. And don't do the binge drinking, like at a holiday function with your family. If you're sitting there, at Thanksgiving dinner, don't just start lining up a bunch of shots for you and everybody. In case you didn't know, that's also not quite, it's kind of frowned upon as well. Newsflash. Breaking news. Come on. I mean, really, come on. These kids got to know. My concern would be that maybe there's a rise in alcoholism. Maybe the report should be, hey, these young kids, and they're specifically talking about millennials. It seems like that's all they do is just attack the millennials. Millennials suck. Millennials are this. Millennials are that. And I have 2 daughters that are millennials and one that's below the millennial generation. I don't know if they've even titled that one yet. And I also have some friends that are millennials, if you will. And that's all they do is they just, the millennials don't realize and the millennials don't know, then they're stupid. And they suck. And what a horrible generation. I feel like they've said that about every generation, like forever. But let's not attack the millennials, all right? Because I think they've done great things. And I have seen a lot of things that they have done that are good. Sure, there's bad in every generation. Certainly not the worst. Maybe they're soft. Maybe they've been babied. Maybe I don't know. Too much social media. They don't know how to socialize. Yeah, that's always been going on. There's been a lot of strange people in every generation. Let's not attack them so often. All right? I guess maybe that report, they were trying to do them a favor. They were trying to give them a heads up. Maybe I'm wrong with how I'm saying it, but I don't know. You can see I kind of wander whenever I start to talk about something. And again, I'm not supposed to apologize, so I'm not going to. Yeah, let's just stop attacking the millennials so often. I mean, do you ever even think that it's like you're walking around with your arms crossed and just damn baby boomers and damn millennials and damn X-Men and Generation X. Come on, every generation apparently has some weakness and has some strengths. I mean, I've read many reports about what millennials are doing to save money for the future and how much money they're saving using all of the apps they have created and,